After 10 days of bustling, the 30th edition of the Lagos International Trade Fair came to a close with a special Lagos State Day. The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Oluranti Adebule, told organizers of the event that the state government is working towards delivering a world-class international conference and exhibition center in order to make the yearly event one of the best in the world.
A total of 570 indigenous and foreign companies participated in the 2016 Lagos International Trade Fair to exhibit their goods and services. The last day of the fair is designated as Lagos State Day. Guests are treated to special dance performance from the Lagos State Cultural Troupe. The occasion primarily offers the opportunity for the state government to present the economic potential and investment prospect to investors and members of the business community. The special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Overseas Affairs and Investment explains some of the measures put in place by the state government to improve the ease of doing business in Lagos.
Improving the ease of doing business in the state. This administration began by undertaking significant reforms in Land Bureau and Physical Planning Department especially. Now, the target of this immediate endeavor is to end the notoriety that dogged procuring of various land and property related documents and permits in Lagos State. At the Lagos Global, upon assuming office in October 2015, my own immediate priority was to establish a culture of doing business without tears. Now, this implies drastically reducing the turnaround time for those who may wish to submit investment proposals to the government. Now, I am happy to report that it is today now possible for any investor, whether from within Nigeria or outside, to submit an investment proposal to us and get a decision within 4 weeks maximum. And I reckon that against the infamous practice in which investment proposals could take several months or even several years, that is not a bad place to start. And I'm also happy to report that working with the Land Bureau now, it is possible, and we have done this now at least on 3 occasions, to get CFO for investors within 48 hours, not weeks, not days. And I must say that gone were the days when an investor was pushed from one MDA to another, often with no signpost about where he or she will go next, or precisely what he or she was required to pay and to who. I would say that at Lagos Global today, we do not charge a single penny from beginning to the end. And if anybody says they've ever paid a penny to my office because to anybody in my office, let them come and say it on television. I'll meet them there. One of the abiding principles of equity, as most law students will always learn, as I did as a law student in those days, is that equity thrives on substance and not on form. An excessive application of red tape, that is to say, stifling bureaucracy, is perhaps the greatest killer of any ideas and innovations. I mean, I am not conversing that we should vacate our rules and due process, which are required to create stability, certainty, and probity in our system. That is not the issue. However, a situation whereby processes and rules are excessively bureaucratized to the point of silliness and counterproductivity is one that is diametrically opposed to the very ideal of doing business with ease.
Beyond all the gains and potential Lagos is reputed for, the challenge of positioning the state as a foremost global megacity and a prime investment haven must be directed to the development of certain sectors.
We have channeled our efforts towards the development of such sectors as agriculture, manufacturing, wholesale and retail trade, building and construction, down to the service sector, largely dominated by a teeming, creative, micro, small and medium enterprises. In addition, our administration has been assiduously promoting the expansion of the MSME sector, which is the catalyst of any meaningful, suitable economic development. In this regard, we have been providing markets access for MSMEs, especially through sponsorship of their participation at trade fairs such as the Lagos International Trade Fair and the Lagos State MSME Exclusive Fair, access to soft loan through the Employment Trust Fund and establishment of economic zones.
One of the highlights of the closing ceremony is the award of recognition for the most consistent participating country, Best Foreign Pavilion, Best Exhibiting Company, and the Lagos State Government is awarded the Best Supporting State Government. As part of the Lagos Day, government officials inspect the Lagos Pavilion, where locally made goods are mainly exhibited by micro, small and medium enterprises.
Well, clearly, from what we have seen here today, the SMEs are growing and they're coming up with all sorts of products. You could see the leather, the shoes, everything. That they have made out of what is within us here. So they are doing excellently well. All they need from us is for us to embrace them, encourage them, and support them in whatever way we can.
Mrs. Adebule says the state government will speed up the process of providing a space for a standard international conference and exhibition center. Over 2,000 exhibitors participated in the 2016 Lagos International Trade Fair.
For us to be able to do that, we have to plan, we have to construct. The construction itself will not take less than about 18 to 24 months. But the most important is that the state government is committed to putting up an edifice for them that will be their permanent site for the hosting of the trade fair. And that His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, have given his words and his assurance to SCCI this afternoon. It will require planning, it will require construction, which, like I said earlier, will not be less than 18 to 24 months, but that we are going to provide them with a permanent site is a commitment from this government.
Despite the present economic challenges, the fair is adjudged successful.
There is no doubt that there is recession, but we have done very well today. We have done for this trade fair, we have done extremely well, beyond our expectations. And we hope that by next year, it will even be better than this year.
Well, this year's event, as it has been recognized by everyone, is about the most successful in terms of the organization, in terms of the participation. The theme itself is quite apt, positioning the Nigeria economy for diversification and sustainable development. It's a very apt and germane theme. And it shows that the LCCI, the entire people there, the president, the governing council, all of them, that are in sync with the developmental process of the Nigerian economy.
But there is one area this visitor wants the organizers to improve upon.
This is an advice to the Lagos Chambers of Commerce to extend the days beyond the 7 days interval in order to allow for a stable marketing, for people not just to rush in and rush out. At least there could be a balancing of marketplace. So at the end of the day, we'll have a better situation ahead of maybe for the next year. I still look forward to a better trade fair.
The 2017 edition of the Lagos International Trade Fair is scheduled to hold between 3rd and 12th of November.
Well, thanks for spending some minutes with us on the program this week. We'd love to read your comments on our social media portals. Live peacefully and stay out of trouble. I'll see you again same time next week, God willing. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Bye-bye.